YouTube, what's good? What's going on? Good morning. This is your guy, Hugh Steph, and this is Billionaire Talk. Welcome back to the channel. And today, man, we got an exclusive. Gucci Mane done dropped a diss track to Pooh Shiesty and them. You know what I'm saying? Now, people have mixed reviews because they're like, why are you telling in the lyrics? You know what I'm saying? But hey, listen, it's his world. He can do what he want. You know what I'm saying? Some people are for it. A lot of people are against it, but as always, we're just going to cut the long intro. That was just a brief explanation. But the only thing I need y'all to do before we get this video jumping is to like and comment. And also subscribe. So we can get that hype button so y'all can hype the video. All right, let's get to the video.
Gucci Mane has officially responded to the Pooh Shiesty kidnapping and robbery. That's right, y'all. Early this morning, Gucci Mane released a diss record titled Crash Dummy, addressing everything that went down during this kidnapping/robbery. Listen, y'all, if you haven't listened to this record, I'll make sure to leave the link in the description. But as we all know, a lot of people are upset at the fact that Gucci reportedly has been cooperating with law enforcement during this whole investigation. All right. Now, of course, I have some lyrics from the record. And immediately, Gucci says, "Tell the truth. You went out like a real crash dummy. And after all that, you still signed to me." Okay, Gucci then went on to say, "I thought this was a business meeting. Whole time, it was a setup." Okay, in another verse, Gucci says, "I walk in the room and you can feel the pressure building. Homies dapped me up there. Whole time they plotting against me." Okay, again, here's some of the lyrics from this record, Crash Dummy. I'll make sure to leave the link in the description so you can hear the full song. But already, rappers are reacting on social media. 42 Doug, he took to Twitter saying, "This gotta be a joke." Okay, we had another rapper we all know, Boosie. He's speechless. He's shaking his head right now. Of course, you have Freddie Gibbs saying, "The streets are dead, G." All right, he also followed up with another post saying, "Wow, this is rap shit?" Listen, y'all. Like I said, a lot of people upset right now. You even got the son of Eazy-E, little Eazy-E saying,
My bad. Let me cut it right there real quick. And I don't like to pause. I want to get through the video, but this is going to piss me off. All the niggas that has something to say, if you check their history, have been having legal issues, have all types of bullshit, have made black people look bad. I'm going to leave that there.
saying, if Gucci Mane thinks Eazy-E got beaten up, he's tripping. Eazy-E is 10 times the G Gucci thinks he is. All right, now, of course, a lot of people have been wondering, will Gucci take the stand against Pooh Shiesty and others involved in this kidnapping/robbery? Listen, I found an article where it says the judge found probable cause. So regardless if Gucci takes the stand or not, listen, y'all, I think they cooked. You know what I mean? Because after reading this article, I'll make sure to leave the link in the description. Listen, they did their homework. This is why they didn't arrest Pooh Shiesty and others the day of the event. You know what I mean? When this kidnapping took place, right, this incident, they sat back, waited for about 2-3 months and did their homework. Okay, they got surveillance video, rental car receipts, come on, license plate readers, cell phone records. I mean, they got the whole nine, y'all.
And it's crazy, real quick. So they have all that, but the defense attorney for Pooh Shiesty was saying that they didn't have any of that. So it's like, what are we talking about here? Someone's lying.
This is why this whole robbery/kidnapping is crazy, all right? Here goes some pictures right here of individuals involved, okay, incriminating themselves, showing some of the jewelry that was taken, because again, this wasn't just Gucci Mane in the situation, okay? It's being reported he has several other people with him. But as you can see, the individuals involved, they told on themselves, man, including Pooh Shiesty, who had an ankle monitor on. But for some reason, the conversation is about Gucci Mane cooperating.
Yeah, so again, if these niggas go on video, that's like somebody taking a bright orange Lamborghini from a dealership, then it gets reported stolen, and then 10 minutes later, you're on Instagram in that same area, and you post brand new Lamborghini bright orange. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to go too further into that, but it's like, dog, they snitched on themselves. They literally, by definition, they snitched on themselves. And that's what's pissing me off about this whole thing about everybody talking about he cooperating, he snitched. Like, you can't snitch when you're a victim. If you're a part of a crime that you committed, that's snitching. A lot of, and that's the thing. A lot of you niggas, y'all look up the street niggas and y'all either ain't from the streets or the people that are a part of the streets started saying this. I mean, no disrespect to nobody, but I expect a level of ignorance in that department because it's like some people just stuck in their ways is what I'm trying to say. Like I really don't want to disrespect people, but when people are just stuck in their ways, they don't care about the truth. They just stick to what they grew up by. But literally, snitching is if you're a part of a crime. If me and my boy go rob a bank and he telling me that's snitching, not if he go rob a bank and I happen to be at the bank that day and I get shot and then I make a statement. That's not snitching. You know what I'm saying? That's just not. And y'all niggas got that shit fucked up. And my whole thing about that is, why do y'all want this man so bad to turn his life back into where he came from and kill another man, which is contradictory because we're pushing black culture and black love, right? Contradictory for him to go and rob, fight, kill, shoot at, whatever, get Pooh Shiesty and his people's back over a business settlement that could be handled like business. But see, that's the mindset. I understand a lot of y'all don't have a business mindset. And I hate to talk like this. Like, I'm not better than nobody. Let's get that first. Let's get that out the way. But I understand a lot of y'all that think it should be handled by getting it back in blood is because y'all don't have the business mindset. The only justifiable reason Gucci should, hypothetically, right, kill any one of them is if his wife or children are harmed. That's a justifiable crash out. But the nigga took my chain that probably has insurance. You publicly muted me, cool, but that's gonna fade. All that could be handled. Business. You went out the contract, all right, cool, cough up some bread. All right, all that could be handled. All this street shit and killing people back, that's y'all problems now. That's y'all's problem right now.
With them people, all right? Damn the fact that these individuals are incriminating themselves. Like I said, it's very unfortunate because, again, as we all know, Gucci Mane definitely has a reputation for himself as far as not cooperating with law enforcement. I'm just confused as to how he was supposed to handle the situation, considering they had to drop on him, all right? According to reports, Pooh Shiesty had an AK pointed at him, asking him, demanding him, let me not say asking, demanding him to sign the papers releasing Gucci. And even in the record, Gucci says it. Listen, all of that was done under duress, man. But, of course, like I said, there were others who were choked unconscious, stripped, robbed. There was a lot of people involved, man. This whole play was very reckless, idiotic, stupid. There's a lot of people who feel like, Gucci signed Pooh Shiesty to this, terrible contract, forcing him to have to resort to something like this. Listen, in the end.
Real quick. So I actually had a discussion with a friend that has a record label and has signed artists. And when you are in that position, you can kind of understand what the label is sacrificing or putting out there to pour all this money into an artist, right? To get them the recognition, to get them studio time. And, of course you pay that back, but it's a trade-off. So you take an artist that Pooh Shiesty had a wave on his own, right? And that's what led him to getting signed. But the thing is, when you get an engine behind you that amplifies that, it's a lot of risk on the label's part that I didn't understand at first, but now I do. If you're in the streets, you got to look at, okay, I'm going to lose money on this artist because if I put millions into you and you still selling drugs or you still, domestic violence issues, grape issues possibly. I'm not talking about Pooh Shiesty either, just speaking generally. But you got all these different things against you. I'm gonna lose money. And God forbid you get killed, but that's why these other major labels take out insurance policies on their artists. Cause I assume they know that some of these artists that they sign that come from the streets, they know that one day they may get killed. So they're like, hey, I'm not gonna lose any money. It's covered. Which is fucked up to say, but again, it's business, and business isn't so pretty.
If you think that this plan was the only option for Pooh Shiesty, you bucking. Because now he doesn't have a career, right, to come back home to, and he doesn't have his freedom. Come on. This is why he was denied bail, all right? But again, here's some of the images from the studio, man. Look at this. They got pictures of them leaving, coming back. Now, the one thing I will say, according to the reports, the room that Pooh Shiesty asked Gucci to step in, right, him, his pops, and another individual, they're saying that there was no, cameras in this room. However, it's being reported that one of the individuals recorded Gucci Mane signing the contract. Now, again, if there's video footage of this kidnapping / robbery, they cooked y'all. But I just want y'all to see, this was, early this week, a lot of people are now asking that Pooh Shiesty be released. Okay,
Free Pooh Shiesty, 56%. Justice for Gucci Mane, 44%. You niggas is cooked with a capital K. You might as well just make it spelled with a K because y'all niggas is fried. Because this right here don't make no damn sense. 56% are saying to free. That's over half. Y'all niggas is cooked, bro.
They saying free Pooh Shiesty more than that saying justice for Gucci Mane. This is crazy. An individual who Gucci Mane invested millions of dollars into his career, put food on the table, helped save him and his family, decided to backdoor. To me, like I said, it's unfortunate because back in 2021, listen, the new 1017 had a lot of promise, but a lot has changed since then. It's 2026, and I'm not sure if Gucci Mane, made any investment, or any return on his investment. There you go. When it comes to this new label, because, a lot has changed. And now that Pooh Shiesty, after being, locked up, right, having to sit down a few years, coming home, we got to talk business. And like I said, the only way you do that is by honoring the contract that y'all agreed upon. Now, again, the rumors about Yo Gotti having money, listen, I'm going to be real. If this is true, that Yo Gotti, wants Pooh Shiesty on the label, then Yo Gotti should have handled that situation. Similar to how Master P did with Suge Knight when, getting Snoop Dogg to sign the No Limit. You know what I mean? To take that pressure off the artist. But, for whatever reason, Pooh Shiesty, his pops, and several others felt like this was their only option to force themselves out of this contract, forcing the release from 1017. But damn.
And what's crazy? Yo Gotti would have definitely gotten him out the contract. He would have bought him out. They could have worked something out. Like, all this for what?
Nobody cares about Gucci, right? Who says in this record he felt betrayed by the same people he helped. And that's the part I agree with him. You know what I mean? Everyone's upset at Gucci for cooperating, but no one cares about the fact that he helped save many individuals, many artists that are now feeling like they have the right to rob them at gunpoint, kidnap them. I mean, what happened to loyalty? What happened to honor? Everybody's upset at the fact that Gucci's cooperating, but I'm confused. Was he supposed to take the gun out of Pooh Shiesty's hands? Right? Was he supposed to get street justice and then go to jail for the rest of his life? Just to, appease those on social media? Y'all sound crazy. Who was going to take care of his wife and children? Who was going to hold him down outside of, hashtags on social media? This is real life. A lot of people calling out Gucci in this situation. I ain't going to lie. I'm baffled. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I understand to a degree because he has a certain image. And let's be clear, ever since the Pookie Loc comments made during that versus, listen, people would argue that, you continue to uphold this image. But now people are waiting to see if Gucci will take the stand or not. But y'all let me know. What are your thoughts on this Crash Dummy record? Do you think...
I hate the fact that we don't allow people to change. Like, a convicted felon comes out of jail after doing the bid, and we hate to look at that person as, once a criminal, always a criminal, or whatever have you. But that man or person, whoever wants to come out of jail, live a regular life and it just change. They want to be there for their kids, or they want to be a father, or, you know what I mean? Why do we have to hold someone to the same standard we once fell in love with them for? That's crazy. That's literally crab in the barrel mentality. I'm going to pull you down for trying to be better. How dare you change up on me and be a better person? You not the Gucci I knew. Y'all niggas is sick, bro. Why is it 54% people saying to free Pooh Shiesty over justice for Gucci? And then all y'all niggas talk about he told. I'm not gonna keep rambling about this. Like, it ain't no point in talking to y'all. I can see it now. If this video gets lit enough, all y'all gonna do is cuss me out in the comments, and I don't give a fuck. Say what y'all want. I'm not a street nigga. You know what I'm saying? That ain't for me. And don't get it twisted though. I do understand, but again, being a man is about making your own decisions. I can understand your background and where you come from, but it don't mean that you can't rise above the occasion and be a better person or a different person. You know what I mean? We don't have to make the same mistakes that we once came from. I did stupid shit. I went to jail. You know what I mean? I ain't do no hard time or nothing like that. But the thing was, I knew better, and I told myself ever since I left that fucking cold ass cell and ate that stale ass food, I'm never going back. Ever going back. And it wasn't even that big deal. You know what I mean? I made that choice. I chose to be the man I am today. But anyway, man, y'all leave your thoughts in the comments and leave the thoughts in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. This shit's ridiculous, bro. This is sick, man. This is weird.